Passing time, 2020 vintage. Wasn't a great year, 2020 we're gonna look back on, but I think we're gonna look on it as a great vintage. I mean, no doubt about it, the 2020 wines, it's a special year. We're super excited about releasing these guys, getting them in your hands. Overall, Chris, talk about the growing season of the 2020 vintage.
Yeah, it was kind of a straight down the middle vintage. You know, we had a average start, which is great for bud break, and our usual hot summer weather over the summer, and then I think we had a little bit of rain in mid-October that we were kind of working around, but I mean, it was just kind of one of those classic, right down the middle vintages, which doesn't mean average. It means that it just kind of hits all the right spots.
Yeah, and Washington's known for that. I mean, our climate's so consistent over there. Very rarely do we get a lot of rain. The precipitation is perfect. We get those hot summer days, and then those Indian summers where it just kind of cools off, and we're able to let the fruit hang. But yeah, this 2020, we'll start with the Walla Walla Cab. As it has been the past few vintages, 100% Cabernet from Pepper Bridge and Seven Hills. What do you get when you taste this Walla Walla Cab?
Oh, I get just those classic dark fruit flavors, the blueberry, kind of black cherry, especially from the Pepper Bridge, then that hint of elegance from the Seven Hills that really brings it into balance.
Yeah, we're so spoiled with our growers over there, Sadie Drury, Tom Walliser, just icons in the industry, do such a great job at those amazing vineyards.
And they do a great job every year.
Every year, yeah, and it's funny, of our club members, it's like, I always get, what's your favorite wine? Well, every year it's a little bit different. And certainly Walla Walla now we've been doing since 2014, and that valley has done a great job. Just it's a place people identify Washington wine with, and we're super proud to have a Walla Walla Valley Cab in our lineup, and the 2020 is certainly one you don't want to miss. Okay, on to the Red Mountain 2020. We got some amazing fruit from Kiona, Clipson, the Heart of the Hill Red Mountain Vineyard as well. Talk to me about this 2020 Red Mountain Cab.
Yeah, this is the first year we've got that Heart of the Hill. Kiona owns this block. It's right above that Red Mountain Cabernet that we use. So it's just a little bit higher up the hill, and it just really brought it was really interesting to try it for the first time, and it really brought a lot of color to the wine. I think that was notable, and really rich, like blue and black fruits. The Red Mountain Cab, those are 25-year-old vines now, and they also bring a lot of color, a lot of structure, really small berries. And then the Clipson, of course, I think, that's where you get a lot of your complexity. That old vine, planted in 1984, and just really brings a lot of class to it. It's not so over the top for Red Mountain. This is a wine with some elegance. Yeah,
so many of those wines can be so tannic and hard to approach at a young age, and I think one of your signatures is your touch of restraint. You find a way to work with those tannins, and especially on Red Mountain, and make just a classic wine.
Yeah, and those old blocks from Clipson really help with that. They get that extra hang time without just going over the top, overripe, and so we really get that hint of freshness, even though the wines are still, big.
Yeah, Red Mountain, again, the smallest appellation in the state, but a big punch with this amazing wine. You're going to want it for your cellar, for sure. Last but not least, the Horse Heaven Hills in 2020. Really the first time, I think, since 2013 that we did not have any Cab Franc in the blend this year. It's 93% Cabernet from the Benches in Wallula, and then 7% Shampoo Merlot. Talk to me about the 2020 Horse Heaven Hills Cab, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, it's still, even without that Cabernet Franc, which I think lent a lot of aromatic complexity, I think this is still shows a lot of that balance and that texture that Horse Heaven is known for. It's just kind of almost really rich on the palate and silky, but still with a lot of power.
Yeah, the Horse Heaven Hills, where my great-grandfather Nelson Heward farmed into his 90s right there in the Prosser Valley. So yeah, always proud of that appellation, that wine, my family's history, but proud of all of these wines. And the tradition continues. This is 2020 is our 8th vintage, but I've been doing this for over a decade, starting in 2012, being 2022 here when we're releasing these guys. So just having fun, building the brand, and can't thank you guys enough for all that you do, and Chris for his hard work here in the cellar, and can't wait to get you guys out here to the winery to try all these amazing wines from 2020.
Thank you. Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.